The flatbread festival was coming, the Passover festival. The chief priest and the teachers of the law were apprehensive. They were trying to figure out any way to get rid of Jesus before the festival because they were worried about what all the people might do. Satan entered Judas, the one called Iscariot. Yes, he was one of the 12. And Judas went to the chief priests and the officers of the temple guard to try to see if there might be a plan, a way that he could turn Jesus over to them. Well, they were delighted. They offered him money. He agreed to take the money. And then Judas left and looked for the right time and the right place. A time and a place where not too many people would be around, so he could betray Jesus. The day came, the day of Passover, when the sacrificial lamb was to be sacrificed. Jesus called Peter and John to him. He said, I need you to go make preparations for the Passover. They said, well, where shall we make the preparation? He said, go into the city. You'll see a man walking with a jar of water. Follow him to the house. And at that house, look for the owners and say, the teacher requests the use of your guest room so he can celebrate the Passover with his disciples. So Peter and John went. They found everything just as Jesus had said, and they prepared the Passover for them. Then came the hour. Jesus and his disciples were in that second-story room. There is a table, and they're reclining at the table. Jesus said, I've eagerly looked forward to celebrating this Passover with you before I suffer. And listen up, I won't eat Passover again until it's fully realized in the kingdom of God. He took the cup. He said, take this and share it. But listen up, I will not drink again of the fruit of the vine until I drink it in the kingdom of heaven. Then he took the bread, gave thanks. He tore it in front of them. He said, this is my body broken for you. Every time you eat it, remember me. Then after they had eaten, he took the cup again. He said, this is the cup of the new covenant in blood poured out for you. But the hand of the traitor is on the table with my hand. The Son of Man has to go the way it's been decreed, but woe to the one who betrays him. All the disciples looked around the table at each other like, who is the traitor? And then an argument broke out amongst them about which one of them was the greatest. Jesus said, you guys, it should not be like this among you. I know that the kings of the Gentiles lord it over their subjects. And I know that the rich and powerful love to be called the benefactors of the people. But it shouldn't be that way among you. Among you, the one who's greatest should be like the youngest. And the one who is in charge should be like the one who serves. Because look at, like, who's greater? The one who is eating at the table or the waiter? Well, obviously the one who's eating and being served. And yet, I've been among you like a waiter. You've been with me through all of the difficult times. And I confer upon you a kingdom. Just as my Father conferred upon me a kingdom. And in that kingdom, you will eat and drink at my table, in my kingdom, and there judge the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's one small part of God's big story.